morning, all. I have a couple things to say before we get started. One is, not to chide you, but I do like to begin the class at 9. It's respectful to everyone. So I recommend arriving at 8:55 so that you're settled. And that I say in the spirit of the Yoga Sutras, as far as like not stealing asteya, it's actually like not stealing other people's time. So just a housekeeping note. It's nice to be able to begin on time and honor everyone's time. And also, if you're late, please come. I want you to come. So please come, but if you can, come a little early. Now, we're going to use a blanket or a block, but I think you all have blankets, later in the practice. If you're at home, a firm blanket or a firm cushion blanket is preferable, or a block. And we're going to fold the mat in quarters rather than thirds longwise. So some of you might have to add an extra fold to your blanket. If you're using it behind your head, let me think if that might happen. Well, if you happen to be using it behind your head before then, you probably will unfold it one fold to not have it so high. But you can have it set up in this thicker fold for the purpose of what we're going to do later on. We're going to use, if you like, a cool breathing technique, and there are 2 ways to do it. One is to tip your tongue up behind the back 2 teeth, and then kind of make your mouth like the shape of a straw. And when you breathe in, you can feel that the breath is cool, too. Can you observe that? That's called sitkari, and we do it on the inhale. Normally, you're only breathing in through your nose, but it's a very special particular technique. So that's one way to do it. For some of you, that's going to be the only way you can do it. If you are genetically able to curl your tongue like a straw, then you can do the breath that way as well. You breathe in through your curled tongue. And again, it gives you the cool technique, the cool breath coming in. So your choice as to which of those you prefer, or if you don't want to use it, you also can just breathe in through your nose, that's fine. But it does kind of give us it's a kind of personalized air conditioner that you can bring some cool breath in. So we'll use that on occasion throughout the practice. And I will share with you this quote that I like to share every now and then, because to me it creates a really beautiful bhavana, which is the attitude that we bring to practice. It's a Walt Whitman quote, and he says, "Let your soul stand cool and composed before 1,000,000 universes." Let your soul stand cool and composed before 1,000,000 universes. So we're going to see if we can absorb that sense of standing, in other words, being in an attitude of cool composure as we go through the practice. So we're going to begin down on hands and knees. And here is an opportunity, if you like, to use one of those cool breath techniques, which would be on the inhale, using the curled tongue, either with the tip of the tongue up on the back 2 teeth, with the mouth curled like a straw, or the tongue curled like a straw if you can do it. That's on the inhale. On the exhale, we bring our hips back to the heels in a gentle child's pose. Our intention here is to start to link our attention, our breath, and our movement. So we're coming in, and gradually, over 6 repetitions, the breath will lengthen and slow a little bit. So Using the cool breath, if you like, on your inhale, gently pull your breastbone forward, feeling the front of the body stretch open a little bit. Then the tongue goes in the mouth, and you exhale through your nose as you bring your hips back to your heels. Relax your elbows, relax your neck. And then through the curled tongue, inhale, come up onto hands and knees. Lift the breastbone, gently opening the front of the body. With the exhale, hips go back to the heels. You're breathing out through the nose, slowly letting your head hang down, feeling that stretch in your low back. Again, inhale, cool breath, coming up to hands and knees. Feel your breath begin to lengthen and slow down. And exhale, slowly bring the hips back. Tuck the tail, relax neck and shoulders. Let those elbows bend towards the mat. We'll do that 3 more times. Slow the breath. Inhale, come forward, open the chest. And exhale, move the hips back. Slowly lengthen that exhale. Bend your elbows and soften your neck. Let your head hang down. Twice more. Cool breath in as you come up to hands and knees. And long, slow exhale as you move your hips to your heels, soften neck and shoulders, elbows dropping to the mat. Last time, inhale, come to hands and knees, bring the breastbone forward. Exhale, hips back to the heels, relaxing neck, shoulders. Let your elbows drop down. Now we're going to stay here. So I'd like you to have your head resting on something. You might grab your blanket, or you could stack your hands up. Your forehead reaches the mat and you just want to rest like that, that's fine. So let's take 6 relaxed breaths. If you like your knees a little wider here, that's also fine. Release. Let your neck be relaxed. So do support it. So do support your head as that's comfortable. Notice yourself breathing, settling in. After you're done with 6 breaths there, please slowly bring yourself upright so you're standing on your knees. Take your time to get your head up above your heart. You may need to just for a moment. And when you're ready, you can come all the way up standing on the knees. If you need a little more padding under your knees, fold your mat 1 fold and you can stand on an extra thickness of mat. We're going to do sweeping arms Vajrasana. Which is a 1 arm at a time movement, and we're going to turn the head and get a little bit of neck mobility here. Emily can show what I'm showing. So we just watch for 1 repetition. We'll have the right hand behind the back, and the inhale is the left arm coming out and up. Just watch, please. With the exhale, we're going to bend down. Hand goes to the back, and you turn your head to the right. So you're turning away from the arm that you just had lifted. Then you inhale your right arm out, the one you're looking at, come back up, stand in the center. Head is at the center at the top, and we continue like that. So the hand that goes down, you look away from it to give your some neck stretch. So we'll start standing on the knees with the right hand behind the back. If you like that cool breathing technique, feel free to use it for all the inhales. I'm not going to say it because there's a lot of language coming at you here, but feel free to use for the tongue curl breath for all the inhales if you like. With inhale, left arm will come out to the sides and up. As you exhale, slowly bend down. Your left hand's coming to your back and you're looking over to the right. And you're going to bend down as far as it feels comfortable to bend down, looking to the right. Then with the inhale, right arm out and up. Stand up tall in the center. Your head comes center. Find your gaze on the horizon. Then exhale. Right hand behind the back as you bend down. Turn your head to the left. So you're looking away from the arm that was just up. And then we're going to inhale, left arm out to the side and up. Lifting up. Head center, lifting the chest. Exhale, bend down. Left hand behind the back. Turn and look to the right. Inhale, right arm out and up. Stretching up into the center. Gaze to the center. Lift the breastbone. Exhale. Right hand behind the back. Turn and look to the left. Inhale. Left arm out and up. Stand up tall in the center. Lift tall. Gaze to the center. Exhale, bend down. Turn your face to the right. Hand behind the back. Inhale, right arm up and out. Stand up tall. And next, we're just going to lower the right arm down and then tuck your toes under and sit down on your heels. Feel free, if that's too intense, to grab your blanket and sit on your blanket, or even just stand up tall on the knees if that's enough stretch. Relax your shoulders. Let your soul stand cool and composed before a million universes. And you feel that sense beginning to come into your attitude. Relax shoulders, relax breath. Upright and observant. Now we slowly will come up into a standing position. So again, take your time as you change levels. Make sure that you're not dizzy. And bring yourself up to standing as you're ready. We're going to find Samasthiti. And we're actually going to move into a balancing pose. So if you'd rather step off of your mat and stand on the wooden floor for a little firmer surface, feel free to do that. You want to find a visual point of stability, so find a gaze point. Know exactly where your gaze is. It's actually going to stay in that gaze point position for the whole pose sequence because we're staying upright the whole time. This is Tadasana. We are going to be balancing. It'll be a rather long stay in the heel lifted position, so if it gets to be too much, you can bring your heels back down and feel that sense of groundedness with your heels down. Right now you're balancing, even though it doesn't feel maybe like a big balance challenge, so it's fine to do this pose with the heels down. Have a look down at your feet. They should be slightly separated and toes pointing straight forward. We're putting equal weight across the whole ball of the foot, so ball of big toe and ball of little toe evenly balanced. The center of the heel equally balanced with those 2 points as well. Feel yourself lifted and then also relaxed. We're going to be gazing at one point throughout. Please soften the face and know that you can blink at any point. So this is not meant to be a rigid visual link. It's meant to be a soft but steady visual link. Bring the sense of the bhavana in again. Let your soul stand cool and composed before a million universes. Here again, you're welcome to use the curled tongue technique as you like, or just breathe in through the nose if that's easier. I'm going to do 3 repetitions, and then I'm going to stay for 6 breaths. Soft, steady gaze, sense of the feet on the floor, the lift and light length of the body, the ease of the shoulders. Through the curled tongue if you like. Inhale. Arms will come out and up, and the heels will lift off of the mat, perhaps just a little, perhaps more, up to you. Find a point of balance. And then with the exhale, we're going to slowly come down, coordinating the length of the movement with the length of the breath so the arms and heels come down together. And then we're going to take a relaxed breath, checking your soft, steady gaze. We'll do 2 more repetitions like that. Curl tongue if you like. Inhale, arms out and up. Heels lift. Feel that sense of the soft, steady gaze. Exhale slowly down, arms and heels in coordination with the breath. And then soften and relax for a breath. One more repetition like that. Inhale through the curled tongue, arms out and up, heels lift. And exhale, slowly come down. And take a relaxed breath. Now we're preparing to stay for 6 breaths. Don't come up so high that you are rolling to the outside of your foot. Don't come up so high that you're really fighting with the balance. You might just lift your heel half an inch off of the mat and still get a good balance challenge. So don't feel like you have to come up into tippy toe position to get the benefit of this balance practice. Again, you can use the Shitali or Sitkari at any point on the inhales here. Inhale, keeping your gaze point, float the arms out and up, lift the heels, find an appropriate level at which to lift the heels. Now we're going to keep the heels there. As you exhale, let your arms come halfway down with the palms up, fingertips in your peripheral vision, and here we stay for 6 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. We're slowing the breath down. You may inhale through the curled tongue if you like. Inhale. And exhale. With the inhale, we feel the breastbone gently lift. With the exhale, we hug the belly in, relax the shoulders away from the ears. 3 more breaths on your own, please. Slow the breath down even more. Use the cool breath if you like. Now before we come down, we're going to inhale, lift all the way up with the arms again. And then coordinating with the exhale, slowly arms and heels all the way down, maintaining your soft, steady gaze throughout. Plant the heels, feel that balance under your feet, relax the shoulders. Keep the soft, steady gaze, or if you prefer, close your eyes. Count 6 relaxed breaths for inward observation. We'll move now into Uttanasana, a forward bend. No, we're not going to do that yet. Let me think for a second. Yes, we're going to do Uttanasana for 6 breaths. We're just going directly into a stay. So you're going to develop the deepness of the stretch while staying in it, not going up and down as we usually do. Concentrating on the feet staying well balanced, the breath lengthening. Here we will only breathe through the nose, and concentrating on the length of the lower back first, the release of the neck and shoulders. Primary, before you start to think about how much your legs are stretching. So you can have your knees a little bit bent. Just moving into Uttanasana and staying for 6 breaths. Do find your gaze point to begin. Inhale through the nose, float the arms forward and up. Little pause, then we exhale and bend down, hugging the belly to the spine, holding forward, relaxing the neck. So bend your knees if it helps you get a little more stretch in your low back. Stay while you inhale. As you exhale, check in with your release of neck and shoulders. Your gaze is back towards the wall behind you. Stay while you inhale. Stay while you exhale, long and smooth breath. Inhale, feeling the back expand with the breath. Exhale, giving into the forward bend. If you want more stretch in your legs, then go reaching your sit bones up to the ceiling. Hug the belly to the spine while you exhale and relax your neck and shoulders. 2 more slow breaths here. Feeling the length of the back of the body, the ease in the upper body, the solid connection with the floor. Then as you inhale, float the arms to the front of the room, open the breastbone, keep your arms framing your ears as you come all the way up to the top. Find your gaze point. Then as you exhale, bring the arms down slowly. And with the gaze soft and steady, or eyes closed if you prefer, count 6 relaxed breaths. We're going to do a little vinyasa with Virabhadrasana. I will show. Again, we're working with neck and shoulders here. So that idea of letting the soul stand cool and composed, to me, gives this feeling of the steady gaze. To me, that bhavana is included in that. We're going to experiment here with, the head's going to be moving. So we're not going to be having the gaze on one point, but you're going to see if you can have the quality of the soft, steady gaze as your head moves. So yes, you're going to be seeing different points, but keep the gaze soft and steady. So just watch for a moment. We'll start here with the hands on the heart. The inhale is going to open the arms and bend the front knee. With the exhale, we're going to take the hand of the back leg and bring it across the body. Look towards that side. So now I'm crossing my right hand over and looking to the right. Then I'm going to inhale, open the arm and look to the left. And if you look the opposite direction, it's okay. And then I'm going to, so let me see. I have to start over. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Then we're going to bring the hands to the back, straighten the front leg. Now I'm looking towards the wall behind me, taking a breath here. Inhale, floating up with the arms, softening the shoulders. Exhale, hands to the heart. And you're going to try to just be as soft and easy in this whole neck, shoulders area as possible. And the gaze keeps its steady quality even as your head moves around the room. Okay, let's place the hands on the hips to begin. Root down through that right heel. Pivot the right leg out. Bring the left foot forward. Perhaps take your left foot a little bit wider. Get a real sense of standing steadily on both feet. Bring your hands to the heart center, which is at the sternum, really not too high. Find your soft, steady gaze. Relax your shoulders. If you are enjoying the cool breath, the inhales can be done through the tongue here. Inhale, float the arms wide, bend the front knee. With the exhale, we're going to cross the right hand and look to the right. With the inhale, we open the arm and bring the head to the center. Exhale, we cross the left hand and look to the left. Inhale, both arms wide, head center. Exhale, hands behind the back, straighten your front leg. Now you're looking to the back wall. I'm going to stay here with the inhale, relax the neck and shoulders. Stay with the exhale, drop down into the pose. As you inhale, float your arms forward with the palms up. Bend your front knee. Really nice, soft, receptive position. And then exhale, the hands come to the heart and the front leg straightens. Relax the shoulders, take a relaxed breath. We'll take it again, finding that quality of the soft, steady gaze. Inhale, arms wide, bend the front knee. Begin by crossing the right hand with exhale and look to the right. Keep the gaze smooth as you inhale, arm wide, head center. We cross the left hand and look to the left. Inhale, arm wide, chest is lifted gently, head back to the center. Exhale, hands come behind the back as you straighten your front leg. Look towards the wall behind you. Relax your neck and stay while you inhale. Stay while you exhale. Drop down into the pose. Relax your neck. Inhale, arms to the front, palms up, front knee bends. Easy in the neck and shoulders. Find your soft, steady gaze and maintain it as you exhale. Hands to the heart, front leg straight. Relax the shoulders. Take a relaxed breath. We'll do it 2 more times on this side. Inhale, arms wide, bend the front knee. Find the quality of the gaze. Exhale, we cross, right hand and look right. Inhale, arm wide, look to the center. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, cross left hand, look left. Inhale, arm wide, chest open and lifted, gaze center. Exhale, hands behind the back, front leg straight. Look down behind you to the back wall. Stay and inhale, slowly bring the breath in. And slowly allow it out. With the inhale, arms come forward, the front knee bends. We soften the shoulders. And exhale, palms to the heart, front leg straight, easy shoulders. Soft gaze as you take a relaxed breath. Final repetition. Inhale, arms wide, front knee bending, soft shoulders. Exhale, cross the right hand and look to the right. Inhale, arm wide, gaze to the center. Exhale, cross the left hand, look to the left. Inhale, arm wide, look center, open chest. Exhale, hands behind the back, front leg straight, bend down, look to the wall behind you, relax your shoulders, breathe in slowly. And out completely. Then inhale, arms forward, palms up, bend the front knee, soft steady gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart center as the front leg straightens, the shoulders relax. Relax the breath. Let the arms release down to the sides and step left foot back to right foot. Soft, steady gaze or eyes closed if you prefer. Count 6 relaxed breaths. Internal observation, being present. We prepare for the second side. Know where your gaze point is. Internalize the sense of the soul standing cool and composed. Cool and composed before 1,000,000 universes. Hands to the hips. Pivot on your left heel. Turn the toes out just a little bit. Step forward with the right leg. Square the hips. If you feel a little unsteady, right foot's a little bit wider. You want to have both hips equidistant to the wall in front of you. So do what you need to do to get that left hip forward. Then relax the arms down. Feel your weight evenly on both feet, and we'll bring the hands to the heart center. Again, use the cool breath through the tongue as you like throughout the whole vinyasa, except when you're in the forward bend. And you'll intuitively know that that would not feel right, I think. Inhale, cool breath, arms wide, bend the front knee, soften the shoulders. Exhale, we're crossing the left hand first now and looking left. Inhale, cool breath. Arm wide, head center. Exhale, right hand crosses, we look right. Cool breath, inhale, arm wide, head center. Exhale, hands behind the back as you straighten your leg and fold down. Find your gaze behind you and stay down as you inhale. Stay down as you exhale, look to the back wall. Inhale, bend the front knee. Bring your hands forward, palms up. Nice receptive position. Then exhale, hands to heart, front leg straight. Take a relaxed breath. Feel your feet on the floor, steady stance. Again, inhale, arms wide, bend the front knee. We're crossing with the left hand first. Left hand across, look left. Inhale to the center, arm wide, soft shoulders. Exhale, right hand, look right. Inhale through the tongue, head center, arms wide. Exhale, hands behind the back as you fold down and straighten the front leg. Let your gaze go towards the back wall, so you're tucking your chin under a little bit. Relax your shoulders. After one breath there, we inhale, arms forward, bend the front knee, lift the breastbone, keep the shoulders soft. Exhale, hands to the heart, front leg straight. Soften the shoulders, take a relaxed breath. We have 2 more repetitions. Inhale, arms wide, bend the front knee, feel your shoulders soft. Exhale, left hand crosses, look left. Inhale through the curled tongue if you like, arm wide, head center. Exhale, right hand crosses, look right. Inhale, arms wide, head center. Exhale, hands behind the back, straighten the leg, fold down. Gaze to the back wall, lengthen the back of the neck as you inhale slowly. Exhale completely. Inhale through the tongue if you like, arms forward, palms up. Bending the front knee as you come up. And exhale, hands to the heart center, legs straight, a relaxed breath. Gaze soft and steady. Last time. If you have the sequence, tune out my voice and really go in. Inhale, arms wide, bend the front knee. Exhale, cross left, look left. Inhale through the tongue, look center, arms wide. Exhale, cross the other way, look right. Inhale through the tongue, arms wide. Exhale, hands behind the back and straighten the front leg. Gaze goes towards the back wall. Stay, breathe in slowly. Out completely. Inhale, bend the knee, float the arms forward, palms up, soft, receptive. Exhale, hands to the heart center, straighten the front leg. Take a relaxed breath. Release the arms, step back, lift both feet into Samasthiti. Look down, align the feet visually. Stand even on the 3 corners of the feet. Count 6 relaxed breaths, either steady gaze or eyes closed. Keeping the attention inside the body. Being aware of this steady and relaxed stance. We'll do just 4 repetitions of the half squat, and I'd like you to do it very mildly, bringing the hands not all the way down to the floor, but just to rest on the knees. So you're doing just a gentle back bend here, not too much strain. We're going to try to keep the atmosphere cool. This will be breathing in and out through the nose throughout. With your gaze soft and steady, inhale, float the arms forward and up. With the exhale, we bend the knees, not too much, and let the hands come to rest on the front thighs or cup over the knees. Relax your neck and shoulders, feel that lower back stretch. Then inhale, arms come up around the ears, your chest gently opens, you stand tall to find the gaze. Exhale, lower the arms down, keeping your soft, steady gaze. Relax the shoulders. Take a relaxed breath. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, arms float forward and up, maintaining your gaze. Exhale, bend the knees. Hands on the knees, relax your neck and shoulders. Feel the stretch in your back for a moment. Then inhale, arms up around the ears, lift your chest. Straighten up to find your gaze point. Exhale, arms down, shoulders relaxed. Relax the breath. 2 more times. Inhale, arms float forward and up. Exhale, the knees bend, hands on the front thighs or the knees. You're tucking your chin under and lengthening your lower back and your neck. Inhale, arms up around the ears to open the chest, lift all the way up, find your gaze point. And lower the arms down slowly. And take a relaxed breath. And do that 1 more time on your own, please. Internal observation, feeling the feet against the floor, letting the body stand in this relaxed and balanced position. Crown of the head lifted and shoulders relaxed. Let your soul stand cool and composed before a million universes. We're going to come down to lie on the back, please. Have your blanket alongside your mat so you can reach it easily. Head up towards the front wall. Check that your blanket is now folded into that thicker fold. If you need it behind your head just for a moment while we adjust the lying down position, you can unfold it one fold. Come into a comfortable position on your back, whatever that may be for you. Your back feels tight. You may want to plug your knees into your chest. You can also bend the knees or straighten the legs. Close your eyes. Bring your attention inside. Watch the natural flow of the breath for 6 cycles. Once you've had those 6 breaths, please have your feet on the floor in line with your sitting bones, so knees will be bent. Now is the time to take the blanket out from behind your head, fold it into that higher, that deeper fold, so there's 4 folds there. And have the blanket at your side where you can reach it easily with your arms. We'll get to the blanket in just a moment. We're going to do a variation of Dvipadapidam first, with a little bit more neck mobilization. So this is a pelvic lift. We're going to only be lifting one arm at a time. And there will be a head turn involved here as well. At this point, we're breathing all through the nose, not through the curled tongue. We'll begin by inhaling, lifting the hips and taking your left arm up and back to the wall behind you. Left arm up and back, the hips are up. As you exhale, slowly come down, lowering your arm and your hips and looking to the right. Lower the arm and the hips and look to the right. We take a relaxed breath here. Let your head feel heavy towards the right. Then we inhale, raise the hips in the right arm and turn the head into the center. Hips and right arm up, head center. With the exhale, we'll lower down. Turn the head to the left as you lower your arm and your hip. Then relax the breath. Let your head be heavy towards the left as you take a relaxed breath. We're going to do that cycle 2 more times. Inhale, hips and left arm up. Head will go to the center. Turn the head to the center. As you exhale, arm and hips down, turning the face to the right. Turning to the right as you lower down, feeling that stretch in the left neck. And then relaxing into it as you take a relaxed breath. Then we inhale, hips and right arm up. Head is going to the center. And with the exhale, lower the arm and the hips, turn and look to the left. You're looking away from your arm and stretching the right side of the neck. Let your head be heavy towards that left head turn while you take a relaxed breath. We have 1 more repetition. Inhale. Hips and left arm up, head center, hips and left arm. Left arm. As you exhale, lower down, hips down, arm down, turn right. Head heavy to the right as you take a relaxed breath. Last time, inhale, hips and right arm up, head center. Exhale, arm down, hips down, turn left. Let the head be heavy towards that left turn while you take a relaxed breath. And then we'll turn the head slowly to the center. Okay, now here's where the blanket comes in. We're going to use the blanket underneath the sacrum. So we're going to go in. I'll tell you how to get there. So just have it handy where you can grab it. We're going to go into that position on a exhale, so we have support. And I want to have the blanket folded so that the rounded edge is towards your head. So you're lying on a nice round surface. So turn the blanket so that the rounded edge is towards the head end of your mat, not the fringe end. Yeah, that's it. Okay. It's not going to be, not at your head, just in the direction of your head. Okay, so we're going to take a gentle inhale. With the exhale, lift your hips up and slide the blanket underneath your sacrum. So that broad piece of the back of the pelvis, and then settle down onto that. Now, if that really doesn't work for you, feel free to not use it. It should not be under your lower back, but just under your pelvis. And you can adjust the placement a little bit as you need to, but it's tilting your pelvis a little bit. And your arms are going to be wherever they're relaxed and comfortable. Now you might just choose to stay here, or we can do a little bit more of an inversion by taking the legs up to the ceiling. So please use what's appropriate for you. If you like, just stay as you are, or if you prefer, you can bring your knees one at a time towards the chest, and you also could stay just like that. Or, if you want, you can stretch your leg up to the ceiling. In any of those positions, please close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and take 6 slow, calm breaths. In your own time, when you're finished with those breaths, if you have your legs up to the ceiling, exhale your knees to the chest for a moment. And when your back feels ready for it, you bring the feet one at a time back down onto the floor. And then use the strength of your abdominal muscles. As you exhale again here, we're going to lift the hips up a little bit to slide the blanket out from underneath you. And settle your hips back down onto the mat. And then we'll bring the knees into the chest. Let it be a nice close hug so your thighs are drawn in. You can interlace your fingers or grab a hold of your elbows or even reach underneath your knees if that's better for you. Relax the shoulders. Take 6 slow breaths now. The slow breath is going to ask the breath to go into the back. If you'd like to have your blanket behind your head again here, that's fine. Once you've had those 6 breaths with your knees curled in close, then your feet will come down to the floor. We're maintaining a bent knee position. Once your feet are down, take a moment to settle and relax there. Check your neck position. If it doesn't feel comfortable, feel free to get the appropriate amount of blanket behind your head. Now we're going to bring the feet and the knees right close together, so inner thighs and inner ankles are touching. We're going to do a sequence where I'm going to be asking you to press your back down into the mat. Please do that as much as you can. Really try to keep those back ribs pressed into the mat, especially and the lower back also if it's possible. So don't start like that, but just know that I'm going to be reminding you to do that, and it's important. If you're not there already, inhale your arms just a little bit wider than the mat. Your hands a little wider than your mat so your shoulders feel open. Then as you exhale, gently press your back down into the mat. So you're pressing your back flat down into the mat. We're not lifting the hips, just pressing down. We're going to keep that back down and inhale, let the knees move away from each other. Inhale, knees move away from each other with your back staying down. And exhale, the knees come slowly back into each other with the back staying down. Again, inhale, open. We're keeping the back down the whole time. And slowly together with the exhale. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. Adjust your arms so that your shoulders are easy. Inhale, slowly open. Keeping the back down. Exhale, slowly squeeze together. Keeping the ribs down against the mat. Inhale, gently open. We're not going too wide because we're keeping the back flat. Exhale, together. Inhale, open. Exhale, together. And we're going to go to stay. Inhale, knees wide, and now pivot your feet so that the soles of the feet come to touch each other. Make any adjustment to your arms that you like, and we stay for 6 breaths. Still try to keep that lower back pressed down, so we're not completely letting go. We're controlling, we're having a point of stability, and then allowing the legs to stretch. And check that the shoulders are relaxed, and the face is relaxed. Follow the flow of the breath. When you've had those 6 repetitions, those 6 breaths, you'll slowly bring your knees together as you exhale. Once you're there, separate the feet slightly. Relax the control of the breath. Drop into 6 breaths, 6 relaxed breaths with attention. Noticing the observer of the breath. The observer of the physical reality. That sense of having a cool and composed gaze, attitude, stance. When you're done with those 6 relaxed breaths, bring your knees to the chest. Cup one hand over each knee. Turn your hands so your fingertips are pointing towards the toes. Soften your elbows, relax your shoulders. Separate the feet a little bit. The feet are not touching each other. Slowly, in time with the breath, exhale, hug the knees right close into the chest. Feel your back go flat. Notice that your elbows have bent. And then inhale, straighten the elbows and watch your knees move out away from the chest. Your tailbone comes down to the mat. Again, with the exhale, we pull the thighs in and feel the lower back lengthen. Keep the feet relaxed and separate. Inhale, float the knees out away. Notice that gentle change in your lower back. Keep your shoulders easy. Exhale, slowly hug. Relax the feet. Inhale, let the knees float out. Please do 3 more breath repetitions. Keep your attention on this simple, important movement. And once you've completed those 3 repetitions on your own, make a transition into the relaxation. Stretching yourself out long, taking any support that's helpful as you come into Shavasana, final relaxation. Feet will be separated, maybe even as wide as the mat if that's comfortable. Let your hips really relax, the thighs roll out. Arms nice and wide at your sides with the palms up to open the upper back. So that space between your shoulder blades. Slowly turn your head one way and then the other, really slowly, and just observe when you finish looking both directions, where's the relaxed center point. Settle there into the back of the head. Let the head, the heaviness of the head be supported by the floor. Once you're settled in a comfortable position, drop down into stillness. Drop into witnessing awareness, observing the body, observing the breath. Being aware of this point from which we observe. Let your soul stand cool and composed before a million universes. Notice the breath coming in and out. Feel the body being breathed by that breath. Gently lengthen the breath. Deepen the breath. And as you're ready, move the body slowly into a long stretch. end by rolling to the right side with the knees hugged in. And then slowly coming upright, finding a comfortable seat. Use your folded blanket or a cushion. We'll work with the cooling breath for the pranayama. So again, seat kari, the tip of the tongue curled back behind the two front teeth, the lips curled like a straw. Or shitali, the tongue itself curled like a straw. If you know alternate nostril exhale and want to add that, please do. So the inhale will be the cool breath through the curled tongue. Long, smooth, cool breath in. If you're using the alternate nostril, breathe out through the left, or you can just breathe out through both nostrils, that's fine. If you lifted your hand, lower it while you inhale through the curled tongue. And then the next exhale would be through the right, or just breathe out through both nostrils. Cool breath in through the tongue. Exhale left or through both nostrils. Cool breath in through the tongue. Exhale right or both nostrils. And please continue on your own. As you're ready, draw the pranayama to a close. No hurry, but as you're ready, if you're using the alternate nostril exhale, you'd like the last one to be to the right side. Walt Whitman gives us this beautiful bhavna. Let your soul stand cool and composed before a million universes. It's delivered as a suggestion or an instruction, maybe a prayer, I'm not sure. But from the yoga point of view, there's no letting needed, because the nature of the soul, in fact, is cool and composed. For example, this is a verse from the Bhagavad Gita. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. It has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. It is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, and primeval. It does not die when the body dies. So in fact, the soul, by its very nature, does stand cool and composed. And this is the essence around which we're built. So that part of you that's standing cool and composed, eternal, observant, is in fact that by nature. So we'll take a couple minutes of quiet to tune into that eternal nature, that observer that is by its nature cool and composed. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. It has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. It is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, and primeval. It does not die when the body dies. Please bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. And even if it's just a thought experiment, imagine being built around that eternal being. And that in fact, all beings are built around that eternal being. And that when we greet one another with namaste, we're greeting from our eternal being to the other's eternal being. Namaste. Thank you all. That verse was Bhagavad Gita 2:20. I am going to be teaching from the Bhagavad Gita, the second chapter, in the fall. It'll be a Zoom class on Thursdays at 10:30. So starting in late September and going through the rest of the fall. If you're interested in learning more about the philosophy of yoga, let me know. That'll be on the website soonish. And other than that, we're on an even keel here for the rest of the month. So thank you all.
Thank you.